Welcome to episode 199 of the Inside Byte. I'm your host, Tim Schaefer, here with the co-host, Eddie and Rudy. How you doing this week?
I want to say I'm jealous of you guys and your weather. I could really use some nice... Even though you guys are complaining about your weather, I would take that in a heartbeat.
Is it snowing up there?
Freaking cold it is. And it snowed on Tuesday, and it is extremely cold here right now. I'm wearing a beanie inside my house right now, so it is pretty cold. So yeah. But
like what exactly?
No, honestly, it's not that cold inside my house right now. Just
outside.
But like, outside, right, I think it was like. Actually,
let's just keep this weather podcast going.
Yeah, just old men here.
That's how we do it every podcast. We talk about the weather.
Let's see. Right now outside.
Right now we're
26 degrees.
Okay, we're at 56.
Yeah. I think we're getting some snow next week again. But
I wish it would snow here again, man. It probably won't. I'm like, oh, dude, I keep seeing these polar vortices, and I'm like, oh, I hope it comes down, but it probably.
I immediately after the day before it snowed, I was up on the ladder trying to clean the gutters out before the snow came, and I was like, you know what? I never want to do this again. This is the worst job ever. This is the least thing I ever want to do again. So I called this gutter company nearby. They got had some good reviews and stuff, and I was like, hey, how much money for a nice thorough cleaning and then to install those protectors, to keep the leaves and all the debris and all that crap out. And they were like, all right, we got to come do an inspection and we'll give you an estimate, whatever. So I saw on the camera, they came by today when I wasn't even home, and they were like, they have one of those sticks that roll on the ground to measure distance and stuff. They were going around my house and all that. So we'll see, but hey, I have no problem with that. I just never want to do that again. Terrible job. I hated it so much. I assume it's a little better for you guys because without
did you Google what's an average price?
I was looking around. Yeah, so I tried to look around. So if you just want a good thorough cleaning, it's like a few $100, 200, 250, something like that. However,
how long does it take for you to do when you just did it for a first time?
Yeah, so I did it the first time in September, but that was my mistake because I did it too early, right? Because the leaves were still falling and everything. So then I realized
how long?
It took me definitely a few hours at least. It was a good 3 or 4 hours. So I got up on and to be fair though, for my house, I have a ton of gutters. I have 9 gutters all around the house, which sucks. So I would just, grab the ladder, go all the way up there. And the first time I did it, I didn't know any better. So I was I had some gloves on. I was scooping all the dirty, nasty freaking leaves out of there and throwing them in a bag. I thought you had to do that, right? Second time, I was like, I don't really care. So the second time, I brought my leaf blower up there with me, and the leaves were dry. So I was just blowing them all out of there and trying to scoop out what I could. But there was so much rain that had happened from the first time to the second time, September to November, that a ton of the leaves were caked on there. I could not get them off with my gloves, So once that happened, I was like, you know what? This is not worth it. So I never want to do this again. So
do you have a pressure washer?
I don't. I need to get one.
There's an attachment. If you look it up, just look up gutter cleaner. There's an attachment that turns it, and you literally just walk on the ground and
that'd be cool.
That's so awesome. I need to get something like that.
See, but that's what
those little roofs for the gutters are really that's a good investment. That's what I would
definitely. Yeah.
Because that really will save you a lot of freaking headache.
Oh my God, so much time, effort.
No, down here you see people with gutters. A lot of people don't have gutters down here, but sometimes you'll see people that do have them, and they'll have baby trees growing out of them,
right?
Because it turns into soil after a while, and then there's acorns fall in there. You got little.
You don't take care of them. Yep.
Yeah. So
up here is definitely. I mean, every house has them over here, obviously. So, and some people just totally ignore it. They're like, "Oh yeah, I haven't cleaned my gutters out in 10 years."
Yeah.
But I don't want it to, the rain to all go towards the foundation. Obviously, it's a long-term investment. So, yeah, I'm gonna get those things installed and never worry about it again. So that's the plan. So yeah, we're talking about weather and houses, guys. Welcome to the Old Man Podcast.
Well,
here we are.
Before we get into the news, what is something? Can you all think of anything you would want to as an intro topic before we talk about the news? I know we didn't talk about it prior, and we should have, but I don't.
Let me think.
We could do like a would you rather. We could do
those are always good. We haven't done those in a while. I remember we used to do those back in the day. Let me see if we can find some good ones. Let's see.
We need a site where you could just keep clicking and it just.
I know those were good. There's a good Reddit thread I see here. Let's see. Okay, would you rather have $100 a day for the rest of your life or $250K right now today?
Oh, $250K right now. You could basically start earning. You could invest it or just put it in the bank and earn interest off of it, or lock in, a price before shit goes absolutely crazy. If you're doling it out $100 a day, I mean, that's not bad, dude. That's like that's $3,000 a month. I mean, that's pretty good to supplement your your monthly income. But I think I would do $250K, just buy a house and then just have to worry about paying taxes for the rest of my life. I could work at McDonald's.
Everything you're saying makes 100% sense. But the kind of person I am, I feel like I would love the instant gratification of waking up every morning and having an extra $100 every day.
Yeah, every day.
Do whatever I want with.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah,
because let's say
because it's forever. It never runs out. Forever.
Yeah.
At some point, you're gonna pass the $250K.
Average person, like income. Let's say that's like what is it? Half the work day, if not more than half the work day. So you could like accept that and then work the most basic job because you're gonna know that you're gonna have 100 every day regardless, and you just work whatever, like I don't know, anything you would just want to do because you don't need much from it, and you could like coast your whole life if you wanted to go that, and then just focus on all the things you want to do instead of like, oh, I can work in a studio space. I can travel a bunch. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
And you're just always going to get that 100, and you can find ways to make up more money just to pay the bills.
So I'm saying you could work your normal job and then have the 100, and then after 2,500 days, you've already made the 25K, the 250K anyway, right? So like, but I totally get what Eddie's saying, right? You could throw it in, invest it right away. But I feel like if I kept my normal job, right, just literally save. If I saved
now, what's the interest gained
for the whole year?
What's the interest gained each day on 250K?
Oh, it depends on what you put it in. But like, if
let's say a best case scenario, I don't know,
like S&P 500 or something.
Yeah, put it into like a investment fund. I think it's reasonable to expect 10% back every year.
Could you get that just from the investment? Because if that's true, then you could just bank on that one idea.
Is that always the case though, or is it dependent?
That's what most. So of course, there's times where it can be. So it generally is a safe one is 10%, but there's other ones that are more risky that could be higher, and then there's other ones that are safer that could be lower. But any of those, I guess the best way to do it would be like just put it into like a diversified one where a single crash in one market sector isn't going to completely wipe you out. But yeah, 10% is now. There's some companies like Nvidia, their growth has been fucking insane in the last 5 years. So if you were to like go through and manually pick your stocks, but that's not what I would just give it to a freaking investment banker, and then 10% it's pretty much what you can expect, because you're going to have some that hit big and some that lose.
Well, if you could go that route, that will actually make you more money. So
yeah, but you can't touch it, and
so
if you did touch
answer,
it, then you have to pay taxes on it. If you don't touch it, then you don't pay taxes on it until you actually have like realized gains.
Yeah, so then you work only to have fun and be able to buy things. Oh, I want to buy an ice cream today. I want to go to amusement park today. Then you're spending that money. Otherwise,
and you can use
that's
that
the money you work for
to pull loans too. You can, because it's not liquid, but you can use it as leverage on a loan. So say if you did want to do something big, you could leverage that.
All right,
all right, another one.
All right, yeah, listen to this one. This one's interesting, right? This is it's a would you rather, but it's 3 scenarios. Okay, they're short, but listen to this. All right, I started reading this. Sound pretty interesting. Okay, so You are instantly confronted with 3 difficult decisions. Which one will you choose? Okay, number 1. The current most poor, corrupted, and filthiest place in the world. You arrive here dirty with ripped clothes, sores all over your body, in a new body. For example, if the current poorest, most corrupted, filthiest place in the world is China or India, you turn into that nationality. Conditions: if you choose this, you will only remain here for 2 months instead of a year. There's a high chance you will get robbed or killed, so you'll be granted immortality, but you still feel pain as if you were normal. For example, someone cuts you on the arm, your arm heals good as new, but you continue to feel the pain. Side note, you cannot starve or die. You can only walk within 1.4 miles of the place you originally land in. There will be a barrier blocking you from progressing further. Wow, they really thought this out.
That's
okay, number
Greek
2.
Shit.
I know that's the first scenario. Number 2.
All right.
You arrive at a space station. You understand how to use the equipment on the station and have the ability to spacewalk with risks, of course. There's no one there. You can accept or decline. If you decide to accept, a random person in the world will join you for the year. Completely random. You will have only packaged space food, no television or entertainment of any sort. You only entertainment will be able to talk to the person if you accept. You have to stay here for 1.6 years. You can die here. You cannot communicate via electronics. Exception is radio. And last one is a bunker.
Well, what's the reward? Is there a reward, or do we just have to pick?
Nope,
it said 1.6 years, just 1.6 years, not one. That's it.
That's what it says.
Yeah,
and then after that, you get to go live a normal life.
Yeah, you go back to your normal life. But this is remember,
the first one is eternal. The first one's eternal.
No, the first one is 2 months.
Oh.
But it's a horrible setup from what we discussed, right?
Okay.
And on the second one, you can die. First one, you cannot die at all, right? But you can't die or starve, but you can feel all the pains of all the things we described. All right. The last one is a bunker. The bunker is a place where you can relax and chill, but this comes at a cost. Firstly, you will be 1 mile underground with no way to the surface. You won't have to worry about oxygen. Your 3 daily meals may have quality, but it will ultimately come at a cost. You have 2 options. A, any food choice, but you have no entertainment but a book sent down every 4 months. B, low quality food, only celery and potatoes, but you have full access to the internet, not being able to text or interact with others on the apps, but use the app's respective services. The conditions are you have to stay here for 2 years. The entirety of the room for this bunker is equivalent to a small bathroom. And C, the last part is you can die here. So these are our 3 choices. Do we need any part repeated?
Let me ask you this. The first one, the 2-month one, does your pain from any injuries you sustained during that 2 months, is that infinite? Like even after you leave?
I don't believe so, because it sounds like if you choose this, you remain here for 2 months instead of a year. There's a high chance you're robbed or killed. Granted immortality, you still feel pain as if it were normal.
So you can't be killed.
It says your arm heals good as new, but you continue to feel the pain. I guess they don't specify, but let's just presuppose that everything that's happening here is gone when you go back to your normal life. Let's just say that.
I'd go with the shitty place for 2 months, because that's 2 months. And if it lasts for life, that changes it. But if it don't last, dude, I've lived in horrible conditions for a lot longer than 2 months, and it's just like, I can fair. Out.
And then how about
the space one? You're gonna have muscle atrophy.
Space one, I'm definitely not doing, right?
Yeah.
But the bunker one is interesting because I can eat whatever I want, but only thing I can do is read a book for every 4 months. That's a little too long, right? But how about the other one? I can only eat celery and potatoes, which sucks, but I have full access to the internet. I can't text. That's fine. But I could watch movies, shows. Okay, food might suck.
How long again?
How long is this one? Oh, 1.5 years.
Yeah.
I can die here. Why do they even specify that? What would I die from? On the last one, 3 daily meals may have quality.
I'm assuming it would have to be like something way out of the norm, like that just kind of what happened to you of your daily life anyway, like the same risk factor.
Like say you get appendicitis and you need a damn
I see.
your appendix removed and you die because you can't get to the doctor.
Tough. Or do you? I mean, God, that would be so terrifying. Though the first one, though, any day, people robbing you, people hurting you, you're in a filthy place. You got sores all over your body. They said.
Yeah, but you got to be the dog. You got to be the alpha in that. You become a slumlord.
You become 1.5 miles away.
Yeah. You become the slumlord, just rolling over the land.
You're gonna have bad food anyway, probably.
Indian. All you get is Indian street food, made with people's feet. They're like smacking.
All right, so it sounds like Eddie's picking the first one.
I'm picking the first. I'm picking the first.
Honestly,
I like
I
it
was
in
gonna
food,
pick the
man.
space one, but what did y'all say was
The space one is just I would go crazy.
Yeah, you'll have no
nothing.
companionship.
I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I can't watch anything. I can't talk. I would just lose my
Yeah,
damn
but
mind.
the thing that intrigues me is that the one person is completely random, and that kind of interests me
Oh,
because
someone comes with you. I forgot. Someone can
You
come.
don't
with
get
somebody
to pick 'em.
spawns
You don't get to
at
pick 'em.
You don't get
complete
to pick
random.
'em.
But
So it
what?
could just be a dude, and then you're stuck up there with a dude.
Yeah,
for
so
1.5 years.
bake it on the girl.
I think I'm picking. See
But
the
the
bunker
problem is,
one.
what if she's like 750 was pulled out of bedridden.
I would get the longest book I could possibly. Can I pick the book for the last one? Can I pick the book every 4 months?
You should, dude. They should let you at least pick the book. Because what if they give you like some little like novella? And you're
4
doing
months
that
is
bitch in a
kind of
week,
too long to
no.
read a book if that's all you have to do.
That's what I'm saying.
You would
I
finish
pick
that
the
book in
damn-
like a few days, and you'd be like, well, now what do I do?
So then I think I would go with the celery and potatoes and pick that and watch every freaking movie known to man and TV show. I guess that's what I would have to do. Oh no, that one's you stay here for 2 years. Holy crap!
I'm doing.
And it's a
one.
small bathroom size. Oh my god! I didn't
one.
realize that.
I'll just suffer for 2 months.
I think I'll tough it out with you guys in India or China, wherever that is.
I would be a fishmonger. Dude, have you ever heard the 1 pound fish song? He's like,
I don't
1
think I
pound
have.
fish. He's like, come on, ladies, come on, ladies.
No.
All right,
1 pound fish.
Let's do one last one, a quick one though.
All right.
All right, ready? Rob, get off there. All right, stop. Would you rather play the guitar? Here, you know what? Here's what I'll do. Hold on, let me share this. So if you guys see one you're interested in, ready? I'm scrolling through here. Would you rather get $1 so you sneeze? Watch your movies. Rather give up watching movies or give up listening to music? Ooh, that's a hard one. I want a dragon. Ooh, okay. I don't know. Is this a good one? Or
That's a fucking easy one. That's an easy
this one right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know. I thought
I'd
of
be
a good
unemployed
one.
for 95K is a lot of money.
I know. I would just be unemployed for 95K.
That's not a good one. No,
Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
Okay. Would you rather have like an robot like invasion, like they're taking over, or would you rather have a zombie invasion? And which one would you rather try to survive in? A zombie invasion or a robot invasion?
Probably.
Man, the robot would be sterile.
Probably a robot one because I feel like we have a better chance of combating that because robots are electronic gold. You know, like they're electronics at the end of the day. There's got to be some sort of way to.
What if they build themselves really strong armor and all that? You know what I mean? Like you have no clue what these robots are capable of.
Like if it's like they destroy society either way, I would say I guess it comes down to how would you rather die, and I think a robot would probably be a lot quicker and cleaner death than a zombie.
Well, this is just you are in the middle of it, right? You don't know the outcome. We could overcome it, we could not, whatever. But what do you think you would just rather take a part in?
I think I'd rather be in the robot one.
Yeah, fuck. I don't like zombies, man.
I wouldn't want to be in the middle of a zombie.
They're all filthy and shit. And it's like, at least with a robot, you know.
The one thing with the zombie is I always think I could go literally in the middle of nowhere and just have a safe spot. But a lot of people are going to be like thinking this, but there really is a ton of land to really pick if you genuinely thought about it. If you really could just like, especially the United States alone, we don't even have to worry about trying to go overseas. We could just drive for like hours and hours and find just a random where like there really isn't any like housing or civilization and just camp up in the woods. And the zombies are going to be attracted to where people are because they're trying to feed. They're not going to be out there.
The people in the cities are fucked. Like that's that's why like if you think about it, like getting out of the city is going to be the hardest part. So if you live in a city, it's going to be rough.
So that's what makes me think I could actually survive is with that plan. Just actually rob a place. I don't care. I'm going in and I'm stealing a whole bunch of
What if it's
food,
like the Matrix, though?
loading up in my car, and then just driving out there.
What if it's like the Matrix and you don't even know that you've been imprisoned by the robots? You just live,
I mean, I'd be more okay with that then. Like, I'll stay. I forget what color pill it is where you go back into it. What is it? I don't know.
You take the blue pill. That puts you back in the Matrix.
Okay. I'll take the blue. Anyway.
Yeah, all right. Be like Cypher.
There you go.
Exactly. He's like, dude, I can do what I want. Like, why not just stay in this?
Yeah. He's like, I want to be somebody rich, an actor. Like that. He's like picking out his plight in life.
All right, those are good. That was fun.
Okay, let's get into the news. This first one here, I'm sure y'all love this. So this image, y'all saw this, right?
Yeah, I saw this.
What do y'all think it is? Because we got confirmed 3 things now. It's not Elder Scrolls 6, it's not Diablo, it's not God of War. Now, here's the thing though.
Could be Elder Scrolls
what if this is some super basic indie game and it's not really much of anything, or it could go all the way to the levels of like some big AAA game. And that's what like makes me like, how could I even begin to guess then? But I did think Diablo initially, I did.
Have you seen all this? Have you seen any close-ups or the dude who walks around with the video camera and looks at all the different aspects of it?
So I saw that. Rudy, did you see that?
There's a Daedroth.
No, not yet. I don't think I saw this.
Yeah, so the crocodile has human arms. I think that it is Elder Scrolls related. It might not be Elder Scrolls 6, but I think it's going to be like ESO, or they're coming out with something else. You know,
the next ESO expansion.
Yeah, well, apparently they stopped doing like full blown expansions, but just the vibe of it and the
interesting
makes me think like an Oblivion Gate or something like a closed up one. But it could be just some off the wall shit. Who knows? One I heard early on that I really hope it is Dante's Inferno 2. Like they do either a remake of that or they do
it could be,
a sequel
dude.
to it.
That fits the theme.
Yeah, and that would be fucking awesome. That would be awesome if they did
that. The best one I saw that I was like, oh yeah, I agree with that, is the not Returnal, but the next one that they're making, that team. Starts with an S. But it's basically the spiritual successor to Returnal. I think it could be that because that fit the vibe of the last game.
It's like Saros or something like that, right?
Yeah.
When are they supposed to announce it? At the Gaming Awards?
Is that what it is? Yeah.
And when is that?
What day is it again?
Pretty soon. It's this month. I just don't know it's in like a week or two. It's in the teens.
Let's see.
December the 11th is what it
11th? Okay. Oh, I'm excited. We got to watch that.
Yeah, so we'll talk on it next episode. That'll be I want us to watch that. Yeah. Anyway, any idea what anything else you want to throw out on what you think this could be?
It really does make me think Diablo, but they already said it's not that.
Yeah,
it could be Path of Exile. That's like a really similar themed game. Path of Exile 2. But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's armor, like that's what when I saw the crocodile with the human arms coming out, it immediately made me think of the Daedroth in Elder Scrolls games.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they would use this kind of stuff to remake Morrowind because it's really not. It's off theme. Like Dagoth,
that's not Morrowind.
Yeah,
this is
not
desert.
I would love for it to be that, but it's not. So I don't know.
All right,
maybe they're remaking Daggerfall or something. I don't know.
Oh, side note, if anyone's watching the video, clearly you see I'm not on it. I couldn't get my camera working, so it's just showing the two of them. The next story here I wanted to go over. It's game director David Grivel rejoined Splinter Cell Remake after leaving in late 2022.
Nice.
So he used to be the main game director. He left, and now he's back working on it again. And I was like, what the hell? That does not sound promising or good at all in terms of like, this is going to be a crapshoot. But after reading this, I'm like, oh, actually, that makes sense. So it actually couldn't be a total crapshoot. Anyway, according to his LinkedIn profile, Grivel worked at Ubisoft from 2011 to 2022. Spent most of his time Toronto office as senior lead game designer with credits like Assassin's Creed Unity, which Unity's, I think, one of the best Assassin's Creeds. That game is sick. Far Cry 5, 6, Primal, most importantly, Splinter Cell Blacklist, which I thought Blacklist was good. Starting in 2021, he transitioned into being game director on the Splinter Cell remake, a position he held into 2022, and then he left to go work on Battlefield 6. So now he's back after that because now that game's wrapped up. Obviously, you're going to have some people like patching and updating and all that, but for the most part, they're done.
Yeah, they got the main.
Yeah. He technically started a studio up for like a brief moment. It didn't even last a year, and which, again, that's very hard to do. And then he just joined Ubisoft back and went back to working on this game again. So knowing all the context, it makes me think, yeah, it could still be possible. The thing is, man, it's been forever since we've had a Splinter Cell. And this is apparently, again, remake of the original, and it makes me wonder, how loose do they treat that? Like, are you talking Final Fantasy VII remake, where it's not even really much
That'd
of a
be
remake?
awesome.
Or, are you actually trying to retell the same story or something? Who knows? But the original Splinter Cell is a great game. I mean,
yeah, and it still holds up. I played
it.
I played like a year ago. Sneaking around the CIA headquarters.
Honestly, you could have the same level design, just bumped up graphics, and it would still work because you play in darkness a lot, and it'd still be cool to this day.
Yeah, just keep in mind this is Ubisoft. That gonna be...
Yeah, I know. So, all that being said, I'm with you. Does this even come into light? I actually think it wouldn't before it would, just because it's Ubisoft. I'm in that side of fence. I am. But I just think it would be cool if it actually was a thing and they pulled it off well. But that aside, I actually don't have much hope that this really becomes much of anything, just because I have such low hope in Ubisoft as a whole right now.
Yeah, and it's super unfortunate, but
yeah.
All right.
Witcher 4 and 5 release plans revealed.
4, 5, and 6, dude. That's
yes.
I mean,
it is so dumb, and that's what I want to get into, because long story short, they're trying to say, hey, we're going to release all 3 games within 6 years. So that means the next game's coming out here real soon, and then you have 2 years, 5, 2 years till 6. And there's no way, one, why would you even be saying this stuff publicly? Even if this was an actual goal of yours, let it be a goal of yours, but keep it inside. The very moment you're saying this, and the very moment you're not going to be able to achieve this, because you're not, this ain't happening. Now you're just looking like idiots, and you already fumbled so hard with Cyberpunk, you would think you'd be trying to word things as safe as possible.
Yeah, you're
this
going
just
to end up
shows
delaying the
dumb.
second game by 6 years, and then the last game you'll probably end up delaying it for like 15 years.
I mean, stuff happens beyond your control.
Dead.
Like,
I'll be fucking dead before 6 comes out.
Well, they're trying to credit Unreal Engine 5 for making this process quicker.
Yeah.
But I cannot possibly see these 3 games coming out in 6 years.
No
and listen, I'm a huge Witcher fan. If they're going to be as good as the pedigree that these games usually have, there's no way they're coming out in 6 years. That's just not possible.
They're probably going to use AI for the voice acting. They'll probably use
They probably have all these shortcuts in place. I'm sure this is not like them just being short and dumb. But the reality of the situation is there's no way it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's going to be – there's 2 choices here. Either they put out 3 really crappy games, or they don't meet this 6-year release window. And I think it's going to be the latter. There's no way they let their – they already had a warning shot where they almost ruined their reputation once, and they have a really good reputation normally. They don't want that to happen again. They redid their whole reputation. They fixed Cyberpunk. They got goodwill again. You really think they're going to risk that again?
Why do they want to even say this out loud?
Yeah, that's not a smart idea. So listen, they did the right thing. They took what year did Cyberpunk come out again? What year was that? 2020?
Did it? Was it 2020?
No. I could be wrong.
I think
could be wrong.
2020. I do. Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
I think I'm thinking of like maybe the first trailer.
No, because The Witcher came out in 2015. Yeah, it was 2020. Okay, so 2020 it came out. It got all that backlash, right? I want to say it was not even last year. They were still working on this game, on fixing it. Yeah. Right? They fixed it. They really did do a great job of fixing it, by the way. I liked the game when it first came out, but I recognized it had issues with bugs and things like that. So they fixed it. You know, they garnered some goodwill. They did a ton of updates. The game is what it was meant to be when it came out now.
Yeah.
So there's no way they're going to go back on this and make the same mistake again. Come on. So
I was very surprised seeing this, like especially after what they just went through and finally somehow got on the other end of it. And it's that they went through so much hell and you're going to spark it up again of like some promising 3 games in 6 years. So stupid.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll be. I don't know.
Is someone forcing them into this? Like, does somebody have a lot of money invested in them, and they're trying to make them really happy right now because they're upset with them or something? Like,
the only thing I can imagine is that they're planning on having the same gameplay.
That's what they're thinking. They're thinking it's going to be the same engine, and they're just going to easily be able to slip in like, oh, well, instead it's going to be a different story, so we're going to show this land instead. But technically, we're still using the same tree assets, same ground assets, same whatever. But it never works out that way. It doesn't matter. You change one thing, it snowballs into like 30 things.
I'm thinking of a game that did something similar, but I don't know how long it took them.
So Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. How was that? Now that was when things were way easier to make. Things are a lot more complex now, but even still, how long was that? I mean, I don't.
And I'm thinking Total War, Warcraft, or Warhammer. How long did Warhammer 1 take out to win, or come out versus 3? Because they added a ton of stuff. And then what was really cool about this, which I never got to play it, but apparently if you owned all 3, you could combine all 3 games and get all the factions. Like basically you would have like a super deluxe version of Total War Warhammer. But so that came out. So Warhammer 1 came out in 2016. Damn, they might have done it. Let me see. Which these are different games. It's not an RPG like where it's supposed to be like handcrafted. So, okay, Warhammer 1 came out in 2016. Warhammer 3, so that means Warhammer 2 came out in between this, came out in 2022. So that's 6 years. They did those 3 releases within 6 years. And those are like big, massive games.
Yeah, they would be hard to make and all that sort of stuff. The only thing is, we both know, like, when a game is, let's say, you're getting set on an adventure, and you're, like, walking through different areas.
And different towns and different...
Like, it's a whole different... That takes way, way, way more work than having to come up with new units, new strategies, new... ways to
like, and that shit was probably already planned out because they leaned super heavy on the existing lore and units. They already had so that is probably, that's why I say it's not the fairest comparison, but I just think of RPG like you're not gonna add, like, think about the difference between Witcher 2 and Witcher 3. Like, it's a completely different game. It's a completely different game.
Now, I understand they could have a lot of work already done on 5 and 6. I get it. But again, at any moment, something's not working right, and you gotta, like, spend time fixing it. You have to account for things like that. And there's no way this is accounting for things like that. Of, like, I don't know. Whatever.
We'll see what actually happens.
Next. This is wild. I think this is like real dumb stuff. I think this is worse than the Witcher stuff. So Epic boss Tim Sweeney says Steam should ditch its AI-generated content disclosure. He said it makes no sense for game stores where AI will be involved in nearly all future production. Why stop at AI use? We could use mandatory disclosures for what shampoo brand the developer uses. Customers deserve to know, LOL. He's joking on that because Gabe said customers deserve to know if it's AI or not. which I
agree
with.
So I don't understand. He's poking fun at Gabe because Gabe wants disclosures when AI is being used.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what an idiotic take. Okay.
Yeah.
The third thing here, AI characters giving you the possibility of infinite. This is the dumbest of it all. Giving you the possibility of infinite dialogue with a really simple setup for creators means small teams will be able to create games with immersive amounts of characters and immense and interactive worlds. What would it take for a 10-person team to build a game like Zelda Breath of the Wild, in which the AI is just doing all the dialogue and you're just writing some character synopsis? That's totally going to be within reach over the next few years. So he somehow thinks 3 years' time, somebody's going to be able to put in some prompts and they could get to a creative development as if of a Zelda Breath of the Wild. Tell me that ain't the dumbest shit you've ever heard in your entire life.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that there'll be some interesting things that AI can do, like what he said about, like, imagine you go into a game and it's just one example, and I don't know how true this is, but the developers of Arc Raiders are saying that they basically take all the gameplay data and dump it into an AI to train.
Yeah, and game's been doing this. Forza does the same thing, right?
Yeah,
It'll have this person race and then they copy.
Yeah,
that's not what this dude's saying.
No. I know. The second part, like, but the idea that you shouldn't have the disclosure, dude, it's going to become a commodity to not have AI. So say it does become super popular. Every game has some form of AI in it. It will start coming out like real sugar Coke. Like, hey, this is the real shit. Like, this has no AI. This is all handcrafted by. That's going to become a commodity. So the idea that, we don't even need to distinguish the two, to me, it's like, he's saying, like, let's just rip the Band-Aid off and go fucking hog wild with it. And it's like, to me, that's disheartening. But this guy's a tool. We talked about it before. He
somehow thinks, look, when you actually play Zelda Breath of the Wild, which I don't know, Eddie, if you play it or not, but me and Rudy know that game a lot. And what I'm trying to tell you is it's not just the systems themselves of like, oh, there's physics, so there's like fire and wind and stuff. No, there's like ideas put in place of like, okay, there's a tree next to a cliff and it's trying to get you to learn how to like chop the tree so then you can put it over the gap of the cliff so you can climb over it. But then as you're climbing over it, maybe you need to use this contraption that you built or created or whatever to get you to jump off of this log in a particular manner and shoot a fire arrow so you can get a gust to blast you the rest of the way, or weird things like that take like human beings having to see like, hey, here's 50 outcomes that a human could take, and let's make sure we create all possibilities. When you're doing AI, it's more of a random generation. It's not like a person and thought outcome. There's a big difference between the two, and you can't.
I mean, with that being said, we don't know where. I don't think it'll be a few years, 3 years or whatever. I think
that's the issue with this. If this was 20 years to 30 years, I'll give it to you, dude.
Yeah, but even then, to compare the disclaimer that this game was made using AI with what brand
that's the
shampoo,
big problem. Yeah,
that's extremely disingenuous. That's a retarded thing. It's not. It's brain dead. Like that guy, like he had to know. Like that don't really make sense. As soon as it came out of his mouth, he's like, "Well, that don't really make sense." But yeah, I don't have any problem with. I think it's a good thing that says, "Hey, this." Like even on game, look. If you're a voice actor, any type of AI is going to piss you off because that's going to be the first thing that's going to happen is voice acting. They're going to get screwed or, which I don't really care about. But if I was an artist,
way beyond games. That's like movies and everything.
Yeah, music. Like right now, some of the top streamers are AI generated stuff. So or on what do you call it?
Music has taken over a lot.
Yeah, but there's still going to be let's say we hit a saturation point where everything we see, taste, or touch is affected by AI in some way. It's just like with everything. There's going to a market will be created for handmade shit, and there may be a complete blowback against AI. Because I know, at least right now, when you see AI, especially videos, dude, on Instagram, I go through and if you see some goofy, like, dude, like people who blow bubbles in their milk make this stuff. I don't even know how they come up with these ideas. And it's just it's
what's
disgusting.
funny is like it's the younger people are like crapping on it. It's actually the older people that are taken to it.
Oh, look
weird.
how cool and novel,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
It makes me have like a uncanny valley reaction where it literally makes me recoil in disgust some of the
me
stuff.
too.
And the way, and I'm just talking about just the way they react. Like something will happen, and then they're like, "Oh," and then it's like you can tell like the reactions are not even close to human. Like a bird flies through the door, and they're like, "Oh, oh," like everything's delayed and like like they're half brain dead. I'm like, "Oh, dude," and it's all over that platform.
I mean, I think that's gonna get better, obviously, but the weird thing is, or I guess what I'm just happy to see again someone who's like 12, 13, 14, 15, they're making fun of it.
Yeah.
It's people in their 50s, 60s, 70s somehow like super taken to it and using it and thinking it's or like they'll be believing the most wild stuff on one hand, which okay, old person's going to anyway, and they're gonna believe something that's so overly obviously fake and somehow think it's real. But the flip side is even if they know it's fake, they still like it anyway.
Yeah.
That's what's weird. Is like though I'll be seeing in the comments of like, okay, even if it's fake, it still treats a good life lesson or something, and it's like, bro, what you're watching is like a fat lady running through baked beans. What are you? What are you taking from this?
That idea is just like, yo, okay, if you want to, whenever you're trying to make it like it's. One thing I saw, I might have mentioned this before, the guys who pick up the packages. You know how there for a while there was a trend where people would make booby traps and it would like blow glitter bombs all over their shit.
Yeah,
so they would take it in their
car.
car.
I love those.
Yeah.
Same.
So they started doing these with AI, and it's like a damn grenade. The amount of force that comes out of this thing, it's like a grenade goes off, but it's all blue. It's like blue mist. Like what you would imagine a bank, like when you steal a stack of banknotes and the ink dye goes off, but times 10. It was not super huge, but it was enough to where if that shit went off in your face like that, you would need to go to the hospital. And people are like, "Oh yeah." I mean, it takes a long time. Normally, what I'll do is I'll just go to newest comments, and there you'll start seeing AI comments like, "Oh, this is AI. This is fake."
Yeah.
But if you look at the top comments, everything that's updated. No, dude, it's all people like, oh, they totally deserve that. More. Yeah. It's like, dude, it's fake, bro. It's like this is all fake. Like the and
it's like trying to tell people that wrestling is fake.
Yeah, it's real to me, god damn it.
Oh, I love that sound drop.
But yeah. Anyway.
All right, going on. Who wants to read what?
Yeah, I'll read the one about Sega. Sega suggests expectations for definitive editions could be behind disappointing launch sales. Well,
yeah, no.
I wanted to talk about this. I thought I was listening to something where they were talking about this, and I have to agree because say they come out with a new like Persona 6. If you're being for real yourself, within a year.
You wait a year, you get the better version.
Yeah, you'll get a complete edition with extra content. And why would you? I mean, unless you're complete, and there are, but it is going to hurt your sales because an average person is going to say, "I've been burned too many times." Like
you're only going to get the hardest of fans that can't help themselves will get it anyway, but that's not going to be the majority of your sales.
Yeah, but what do you do about that? I mean. Maybe wait longer to release because back in the day, I feel like whenever they released like say expansion packs for games, and then they would ultimately come out with a like Game of the Year edition or
but they do it different. Everything. And what we're talking about is Atlas specifically, okay? Realistically,
not
within
Sega.
Now, all they could do to fix this is when they re-release a game. you can add content right after the
Like
fact.
by the
They're adding
expansion.
it within the game. So when you do
Yeah.
Persona 5 compared to Persona 5 Royale, well, within the first 2 hours, now the game is like 2 hours and 45 minutes instead of 2 hours of the original. And new things are being said, new context being shown, new things are being shown. So it'd be one thing if you could play through it and get the same experience, and then whenever the new version comes out in a year or two, you could just buy the expansion, right, of 20, 30
And play the
bucks
new stuff.
and play
It's
the
not
new
integrated
Yeah.
into.
Yes.
Yeah.
The problem is they're integrated into the original game, and it forces people to replay the whole game
An
again.
extremely long game already.
Yes,
Persona,
exactly. That's
Yeah.
the issue. So,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you make a good point on that. Because I was going to be like, well, what if they just let you buy the extra content afterwards? But that wouldn't solve that problem.
Yeah.
You'd have the new content, but you'd have to fucking play the game.
yeah,
starting
you
from
don't want to
square
play
one,
100 hours again.
especially after you, because those games are grindy.
They're very
They're
long.
super grindy.
Yeah.
It's just running dungeons over and
It
over
is,
and
it
over
is.
and over. I like them, but I can't think you're right. Like volunteering to play that game twice because other version came out, and it's not like the stuff is groundbreaking. It's just you would want to
So
play
it gets
the
somebody
best
to
one.
wait because they don't want to play
Yeah.
it twice.
Yeah, and you're right about it being Atlas because if you look at other Sega like the which the football series. That's another thing. They didn't come out with the Football Manager 2025, and now they come out with 2026, and it sucks from what I hear.
When did it
People are
drop?
saying here recently, there's people saying that they should go just instead of playing this, just go back to 2024 because they fucking ruined it. But
Well, that
apparently,
sucks.
one of the big complaints is that they had to dumb down everything because they had to have it available for console controller
Oh.
menus. So instead of having like an actual sim, because if you were working on spreadsheets and shit, you don't want to do it with a 360 controller.
Yeah. No,
So, but that's what they ended up doing. So there's a lot of people, and they removed features. They added some that people are like, "Hey, this trade off isn't good." But I was the one thing that they did improve is the in-game or the in-match engine. So with that game, you don't actually like. It's not like FIFA where you're playing the people; you're watching the plays happen. Like
Yeah.
you'll pick the concepts and the strategy, but you're not actually doing any like playing yourself. They made that look really good for this kind of game. Which
what can you do during the game? Do you do anything during the game?
Yeah, you can make substitutions. You can make like say if you're in like
Can you
you're
like
running
call a audible to a play?
yeah, you could say, hey, I want to like right now we need to be pressing, or right now we need to
okay. Like
play,
overall styles of play.
Yeah.
You call out.
And so like and you can say, hey, I want to change instead of let's doing the passing up through the middle, let's try some
I've never played one before. I actually own like a physical boxed version of one from back in the day, but I've never booted it up.
If you like soccer, I think Leon, especially if Leon's into soccer, dude, it's addictive, man. Like, have you ever played any of like the campaign in like
I played like
Madden
FIFA games in the past, or I played Madden like campaigns.
FIFA has a pretty good. Now it's nowhere near as deep as I don't know about now, but used to Football Manager was so deep and so accurate that actual football clubs would purchase the data,
use it and learn from it,
and would purchase it from the developer like in raw data to use it to use their player assessments. They're like, hey, there's a 17-year-old in a ghetto in Argentina, but this motherfucker can, like they were seriously using it to evaluate talent around the world. So they took it super seriously, and I'm sure that data is still really accurate, but I would say it's definitely worth checking out. Dude, my dog is just sitting here like he is like completely anyway.
I heard it slightly, but it's not really coming through. You're fine.
It's good. But yeah, definitely I would say if you're gonna try it, dude, you might want to just try the new one, because if you're gonna do it with a controller anyway, like it might not be, because you don't know what you would be missing. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's just to go back to Sega real quick. It sucks to see them like getting on the defensive to their shareholders. You know what I mean? Like saying, "Hey, well, this is why we're sucking." Like that's not a good sign.
I mean,
It's too bad.
They'll be fine. It comes and goes. I don't know. Sega, like, they're not going to be on top every year, but they're really good on like riding the waves, and they have a lot of high points. They'll be all right.
Yeah.
Anyway, 2017 Tales of Berseria, and the next Tales of entry to get remastered. They just announced it. It's coming February 27th for consoles and PC. Now, this one is one of my favorites, and it is a more recent one, is where it's a little bit of a bummer. It's like I kind of wish they would go to ones that aren't easily able to be played. Like there's a lot of Super Nintendo, PS1, PS2, yada yada yada. But that being said, the other side of the coin is it actually is one of the best ones. It's really cool because you play as the villain. And there's, they make sense on why she's the way she is and all that, and you like sympathize for the villain, but you are the straight up villain in this game, and so it's interesting, and I think it's a really good
side boob action going on.
Yeah, well, she's got like a demon arm basically, and she literally like eats people. It gets really, really out there.
Sounds like a nice woman.
But anyway, I think it's a good one in the series and one people should play. February 27th, get remastered. So there's that.
All right. And lastly, we got the Mario Kart's World Update 1.4.0. Tweaks, tracks, layouts. Oh, let's click it. Okay, adds custom items.
Because it's a lot. Scroll to about like 2/3 of the way, and
shit! Hold on. Oh shoot! What did I do? Okay, let's try that again. What happened to the picture?
I saw something pop up. Yeah.
Okay, let's try that one more time. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Okay, added custom items to the item rules. Okay. I feel like that's been in the other games. Made it so the music track name and source title of the track is playing while displayed on the pause menu. All right,
they have like thousands of tracks, remember? So somebody was trying to upload tracks on YouTube. They hit like over 600 or something and said they're not even halfway through.
Oh, this is a big one. We could never do this before, which was so annoying. Made it so you can join in with friends who are playing Knockout Tour from friends and 2-player on online play. Before, we could not join your friends that were online in Knockout Tour. So that
we could only play with each other in Knockout. Like me and you could play Knockout, and people could join our room with other people. We couldn't go matchmake. Now we can.
That's actually a big one. Okay, I'm glad they fixed that. Let's see. Change the course layout of below courses for versus race or race and online play, wireless play. Okay, a lot of little quality of life things. You know what they need to change, which so far do not see here. It might be on here. The only way you can unlock the characters that are they're kind of like the really, really, really afterthought secondary characters, like the Tim, help me out here.
Wiggler.
Like those little which one did you say?
Shy Guy, Wiggler.
Yeah, those characters. The only way you can unlock them is by getting that stupid item. Oh my god, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's like a food item, basically.
Not the food one. The one that goes flying across the level and it changes everyone.
Yeah.
You know that item?
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but anyway, it's this random item that you get. It's very, very rare, and what it does is you have to be like a decent amount far ahead of someone, and they have to be pretty far behind you to get it. It goes flying across the whole level, and if you're in its path, it changes you into a random one of these random NPCs, and then it changes you into one of like 10.
You could be characters. Like the coin frog.
Yeah, the coin frog, the little flying bat, whatever. And that's the only way you can unlock these characters. It's so dumb that this is the only possible way. So I've unlocked like five of them. Never unlocked all of them. And I looked online like, hey, is there any way to unlock this faster? No. They're like, go into 2-player, set yourself up, 10 feet ahead of the other player and try to just keep hitting the block and see if you get it. I tried, I couldn't get it. I wish there was an easier way to do it, but yeah, a lot of these are just like small issues they fix. For example, fixed an issue where a player would be squashed when touching a thwomp that had landed. I'm trying to see if there's any bigger things they fixed. There's a long list.
There's so much there, which is very appreciative. I mean, this is I don't know.
Major things that have been fixed.
Maybe over 80 things or so.
You'll know dash when riding. Nah. Yeah, no, I don't see.
But anyway, we need to play.
Yeah, for sure.
Knockout now that we can actually.
Yeah, we got to do that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Did you ever get the camera? I forgot now.
I did. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I really like it. Definitely a cool little feature.
Let's get into what we're watching, what we're playing.
All right.
Rudy, I guess go first.
Sure. Yeah, so like I mentioned before, I've been playing just very, very small amount. I just fired up Bloodstained because I was looking for a new game to play on my Switch in the meantime before Metroid came out. I've had this game forever on my Switch, just never really played much of it. Oh, look at the cute little doggy. Never really played much of it. It's very much a game that's up my alley. I love Metroidvanias. I love Castlevania. Yeah, it seems pretty cool so far. Not really much to report on it so far, so I'll come back.
I said a lot before we were recording. I played through the game. The second half is a lot better, only because you obtain so many different like weapons, items, all that sort of stuff. So the more you have at your disposal, the more fun the game becomes. But in the beginning, it's pretty boring and
it seems pretty basic so far.
Kind of dull because there's not really much. And the way the controls feel when you're just like jumping and attacking and all that isn't too great, which is a little weird of like, why is because it is the actual Castlevania developer.
Right.
So it's like, but why, so I guess, he wasn't programming the control, Maybe that wasn't what he was. And whoever was, they're clearly missing here. But again, once you have enough at your disposal, it kind of doesn't matter because the items you use like later on in the game, you're not using your basic attacks anymore. You're using all this crazy stuff. So
yeah, it definitely seems a little basic right now, but it seems like a game I'll probably end up liking. So it'll be a game
absorb enemies and you get their powers and you get a lot of them. So
it seems like a game I'll definitely play. The one I'll pull out real quick when I don't want to get into like something that's more involved, like Metroid or the other games I'm playing. So yeah, it'll be a nice one to have on there. So yeah, so that's that. Metroid Prime 4, I threw it on there. I haven't even started yet, but I just figured I'd throw it on there just because that's going to be something I start today. Obviously, I'm sure Tim will talk about it more. I mean, we can even talk about it now real quick if you want, but basically, listen, the discourse around this game has been very interesting. And I love that when games like Zelda or Donkey Kong or Mario come out and they get 10 out of 10s, right? It's so interesting that everyone says the same thing. Oh, Nintendo games are so inflated. They get a bump. They just do it because it's Nintendo, right? But then when Metroid Prime 4 comes out, and from all accounts, from what I understand, it seems like it's a good game.
It's getting 8.
But it's not like a masterpiece. It's not like a top tier game. It's clearly the development cycle affected it greatly, right? It seems like that is clear. Okay. So from what I can tell, this is going to be a solid game, but it's a game that had it come out 10 years ago, it would have been like a masterpiece. But today it's just a very good game. Okay. That's fine. But then when you say that to these Nintendo haters, they say, oh, so it looks like they did the right thing this time. Oh, but all the other times they didn't do the right thing. That all the other times, it's almost like the Trump thing, right? Like, oh, they stole the election the last time, but this time they did the right thing. It's like, so you can't win with these people, you know?
It's like, one or the other, dude. You can't just keep jumping
this
over
time,
the fence.
This time the reviewers did the right thing. All the other times the reviewers cheated, you know? It's just funny to me. Anyway, let me not get too sidetracked, but it seems like the game, from what I can tell and my gaming taste, I'm probably going to enjoy it, but it seems like there were some blunders. Like they didn't really push the game forward as far as like the bar that we expect with Nintendo first party games. That's fine. I think the game clearly went through a lot of problems in its development. That much is clear. I mean, we can tell, obviously. The NPC thing, that's not going to bother me personally. That's not a big deal to me. But I think from what we can tell with like the wasteland, like that seems like not a lot of effort was put into that, and like the upgrades and stuff. It seems like okay, we don't have like a lot of new stuff, right? It's all the same shit. Could they have done more with that? It definitely seems that way. Do I think I'm still gonna have fun with this game? For sure. I think it's still gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But anyway,
Okay,
I'm sure
well,
you can
before
talk
you
more
talk about
that.
the next game,
Go ahead.
I want to piggyback off of that. So
Yeah, give me your thoughts.
I started it this morning.
Okay.
Played it basically all day.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know, 6 hours in, something like that. Okay. And I thought, okay, what I thought before playing, I was very worried. You know,
okay.
I'm like, ugh, because the NPC stuff that was gonna get on my nerves because somebody went in a lot of depth with it, of like explaining why it sucked and all that, and they were just like, you know, join the squad. They never shut up. They make office jokes and stuff that wouldn't even make sense in this universe, and it's just really cringy and they're going on and on and on. They never shut up, and it's like the majority of the mission of this first one. Then you're going to get more NPCs later on other missions, so it's going to be constant of this. It's going to really suck because we already have proof that there's going to be more of that. So I was dreading that, and then I was things like, you know, the graphics are good, but nothing crazy good or anything like that. I mean, it looks good for like a Switch 2 game, but it looks like, you know, maybe if it was PS5 or Xbox Series X, maybe it'd look a little better or something. I'm just, these are all the thoughts and me going in.
Right.
And I think people need to play it because I don't know what people are seeing or talking about. But one, the graphics, this is the best looking thing I've ever seen Nintendo put out.
That's awesome.
Slide.
You're playing handheld or on the TV?
Either way, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, it looks really, really good. So handheld is 1080p. You could do 1080p 60, or you can do 720 at 120 on the handheld. On the TV, you can do 4K 60, or you can do 1440 120. And with that being so high, I was thinking like, well, maybe it's not going to look so good then. It looks very, very good. And I start being like, man, this just looks a lot like Halo. And I'm like, wait, wasn't there a theme to where devs were bouncing between the teams and all that? I start looking into it. Yes, a lot of the art like leads of this team were art leads of Halo. I was like, very interesting. And you can tell it is, but this game looks like, okay, the last Metroids, like 1, 2, and 3 would be like we're playing Halo on original Xbox kind of deal. And this looks like we're playing Halo 3 if it was made in 2025. It looks much better than Halo 3. But I'm trying to get you that mindset of like, we were at Halo 1 and Halo 2, and then we got that big jump to 3 in terms of like the jungle and the lush and the art assets and all that, and I'm looking very vibrant and really just super interesting, like, I don't know, vines from rocks and looking all alien-y and all that. Okay. This looks like a current game, and awesome. It's beautiful. I love the art style of this game. It feels very much like, I don't know if you were playing like kind of Halo 4-ish, of like the way things look and feel, of like the sleek like metal and glistening everywhere mixed in with like really wild alien jungle stuff and yada yada yada. I think it looks incredible. And then I'm like, man, I don't see how this is performing so good and looking so good. I was like, the polish is through the roof. And so I'm like super stoked on that front. And the more I'm playing, the more I'm wowed by it all. And I got through the first boss here recently. Really cool mechanics on like how to beat. I don't want to get into it now because people are about to be playing it. But I thought it was like clever and neat. And it feels like, you know, Zelda is very, which we all know, like Metroid, Prime, and Zelda, like 3D games, are pretty similar in like how they function, of like, you get this item so you can do X, Y, and Z now, and all that sort of stuff. And I think it's basically Metroid Prime Remastered, because I've been playing, trying to catch up with that, because I never beaten that. The only Metroid Prime I beat was 3, weirdly enough. But I think 2 and 3 are a little weaker than the first one. And I think this is like, of what I've played, right up there with 1. Of like, I'm wowed the whole time, very excited. And here I was looking very down and like dreading it before I started it because I had all these preconceptions. And the NPC stuff, man, it's not even kind of a thing. It's not a thing. And and I'm a stickler for that. Like I crapped all over Forsaken because of the dialogue, so I couldn't handle it. Drive me crazy.
Forspoken.
Horizon drives me crazy because I hate the stupid like, talk and all that. But no, what it is, it's like it only lasts like 7 minutes, and this guy just like being like scared and goofy for half a second, and then you're on your way. I don't know. It wasn't even a theme.
Okay. That's good. That's good to hear.
I actually laughed. I was like, like actually, this isn't. I was like expecting to be cringing and hating it, and I was like, that was actually kind of funny. That was interesting because so he's up on this ship. Okay, when you like meet him, and it's like being held by vines, and he can't get down, and he's just a little basic soldier, and he's like, Samus, oh my legendary Samus, oh my god. He's like freaking out seeing because he's heard about her his whole life, never come in contact. And so it feels believable in that manner of like you're seeing this like legendary status character just randomly show up and you're stuck way in this trees on this vehicle. And then so as you're trying to get him down, here comes a lot of enemies, so you gotta like take them out. So he's like freaking out as you're doing everything. You eventually kill them all. You let him down. And, you know, he does this like sporadic thing where he's like trying to shoot for half a second and then drops his gun because he's all scared and freaking out. And then he like opens the ship back for you so you can get whatever items he got back there. And then he just sort of walks you through the next 2 or 3 little rooms. And then you're on your way from there. And as he's with you, he's just like kind of fangirling, freaking out kind of thing. And it may feel a little like marbly and stuff, it does, but it was, I don't know, it wasn't nearly as bad as I was expecting. And then back to playing, and I have yet to get a second one. And I'm like, 5-6 hours in, I was just sitting there thinking like, that was not a thing. And I was thinking this was gonna be like half the game or something. So
that's great. That's actually really good to hear. Okay.
And the controls, like I tried the mouse mode, I tried the motion. What I like the motion, like as if you were playing Metroid Prime Trilogy on Wii. I like doing the pointer motion and with the left hand being like me walking and stuff like that. I think that is the most like fun and accurate and all that. Because when you play dual sticks, you lose out on like the mouse thing. The mouse mode is great and feels great, especially put to 120. You're super fast and it's very responsive. The only thing is, you want to be playing on the couch. You're not going to be playing at a desk.
Yeah, that's the only
problem. If you
play
at your desk in bits where you would, let's say you're doing notes or whatever school stuff, and on the side play, I would use mouse mode. But the majority of the time, you're going to be like in the living room playing on the TV, so you wouldn't be doing mouse mode. And in that manner, I would use the pointer controls because you're a lot more like you can actually be very accurate. Like I'm sure you've played a shooter with motion control at some point of like some sort of Wii thing.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. Like I guess Resident Evil 4 Wii was like a big prover of that.
Sure.
But I think you can be really accurate with your shots and all that, and it does matter in this game. There is a good amount of action and all that. The desert stuff, I don't know. It's empty, but it feels like purposely empty. And it's more of like a middle hub for you to go to the next location. And once you're in the next location, it's like, it's almost like there's 5 Metroid Prime 1s. it's like,
okay.
All these complete, and you take the bike to go in between them all. And then once you go into one, it has all these different biomes inside of one kind of thing.
Got it. Okay.
All right, that's good. I think
it's great. I'm really blown away by it.
I can't wait.
I think it's far better than what I was expecting, and I guess the reception I'm seeing, which I'm not really seeing anything too bad.
It's
just
not a
like,
bad score. 81
Yeah.
is a great score.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's bad. So okay.
Anyway.
And all right, so the last one I'll mention is Ghost of Yotei. I've been playing a ton of, which I think is a fantastic game. It's really impressive. I really like Ghost of Tsushima a lot, and I think this game is even better than Ghost of Tsushima. It takes the formula of Ghost of Tsushima and it just does it better. They revamped some of the things that they used to do in the first game and changed it up quite a bit.
What's an example?
Obviously, yeah. So, for example, there were some things of Ghost of Tsushima. In my opinion, Ghost of Tsushima took like the open world formula. So, okay, Breath of the Wild took the open world formula and they made it very like hands off, right? Like create your own map, do whatever you want, right? So, if they went all the way that way, I think Ghost of Tsushima went all the way the other way. They're like, okay, we're gonna lay out everything for you, but they did it like the best version of it, in my opinion, right? They made it very every activity you do is fun. You don't get bored. At least I didn't. And they made it like the map. You don't have to go into your map a ton. Everything's kind of on the map. Like, for example, like you swipe the touchpad up and the wind blows the direction you want to go. The fox goes running, you follow the fox, it brings you to a point of interest. The bird goes flying.
Like
you follow,
you'll
right?
see the ultimate location on your map, but along the way you may do 8 other things that are fun that aren't on the map.
100%, right?
Yeah.
So while that stuff was cool, Ghost of Yotei, I think, does it better in the sense of there's new things that pop up differently than in the past. Like now there's like bounty boards now, which I think was a really cool new thing. What is
that? Bounty
so
boards.
There's like boards that have bounties on them that you can get.
Oh, bounties.
And bounties, and you can go searching for like these like there's always lore behind them too, like these people that have there's always crimes they've committed and you can go looking for them, and sometimes you'll find them and there's like a whole fortress that they're behind, or sometimes it's like a one-on-one battle, and other times you want to take them alive or whatever. There's just those are so much fun to do, and it's really cool, and you get money for them. That's a brand new thing that they did. Sometimes now they have so I learned, like, and what I like about these games is like you learn actually about it's all based on real stuff. It's like historical fiction. Like I learned about these indigenous people in Japan called the Ainu. I never even knew about this. I'm like, is this real? And I looked it up and it's like, these were real people and they had them like existing on this one part of the map. So you go and they have like their own way of doing things, and they will give you their own personal things that you can do with them. And they sell totally different things than the rest of the continent does. It's just like they're trying to do something different than the previous games that did, which I appreciate. But the game is still very much go out, explore, ride your horse, get upgrades, get new weapons. The weapons are totally different now too, which I thought was cool too. The combat is what I don't want to say way better. It's way more refined. It feels better. It runs better. It performs better. But at the end of the day, you're still fighting with a katana and different weapons. You know what I mean? Like it still works that way. But man, something about this game just feels better. Somehow it looks better. I don't know how, because man, the first game looked great. This one on a nice big screen, it takes advantage of the HDR. It runs really well. It looks beautiful. I don't know. I've just been having a blast with this game. I gotta beat Rob. Stop, that hurts. I gotta be up to like, I would guess like 20 something hours probably by now. It's different though. It's like a revenge story this time around when the first one was totally different. So yeah, I'm having a blast, man. I think it's a really good game. So if you're okay with playing,
I mean, I want to play it.
Yeah, another game that's very much a little more of the first one, just better, looks better, runs better, some new mechanical changes, then I'd say go for it. I haven't played a Ghost game in 5 years, so I'm cool with it,
Yeah.
But if you're looking for something brand new, then maybe stay away from it, So yeah. I think it's great though. So
Eddie, any thing you watching playing?
Pretty much. So I'll just Arc Raiders. I'm playing that, and I'm into almost to the where you're doing the I think it's like the exclusion. Basically, it's the last little bit where you're trying to prepare for the wipe. You're trying to build up your. I've almost got all my. I still got probably a lot of missions, but
How do
I've
you
stopped
build
doing.
up for the wipe?
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna do this first one. If it's like a deadline, I might not do the first one. It just depends on how much I get done. Because here lately, I've been running solo. Dino, my main playing partner, he's been I don't know, messing around with some new girl. You know how that goes. So I've been running solos, trying to do my benches and shit.
So do the benches stay after the wipe? Like what all wipes?
I don't know. That's some you. I don't think so. I think you lose your benches, but what you get like some kind of special buff that goes towards that you only get from doing the wipe. So over consecutive wipes, like say if you do 5 wipes, you get 5 buffs that now you're stronger going forward.
Do you get it automatically? Do you have to do X number of things to get the buff?
So this is the thing. They haven't detailed what it is. Okay.
Oh.
So you play the normal game, you get to a certain point, I think it's like level 20, you unlock it's like excursion, or basically you're trying to build a big ship. So it's like a ton of resources. It's a reason to keep playing basically. So it'll say, okay, you needed like for your benches and stuff, you got to find like 3 of like so you need 3 Rocketeer drives. You need you got to have these certain items to upgrade it. The excursion
Oh,
or whatever
is the wipe so then you build the ship so you get off the area, and then the wipe is just now you're just doing that same thing again.
exactly. So you build to a certain point on the excursion, and then after that what it takes into account is your stash value. So if you're loaded with nothing but purple stuff, you get a bigger benefit to wiping. Now you
Okay.
don't have to wipe. You can stay at your level and just
Oh, you can choose
keep.
the wipe? I thought they
Yeah, you
wipe
get.
everything and everyone.
No, that's how Tarkov is, where
Okay.
every so many months they do a
Yeah.
mandatory wipe. This is not that. You can
Oh.
choose to whether you want to do it or not. If you do
Oh.
wipe, you are supposed to get a benefit to that. There's supposed to be like a bonus you
Okay,
carry
it's
over
basically
to start it
prestige.
over. Yeah. So
Okay.
I haven't gotten like all the way. I have not contributed anything to my. I keep saying excursion, whatever it is, the last little ship. I haven't contributed anything to that yet, so I'm still, I'm gonna try to get on after this and play some, but yeah, so I'm having a great time with that. I'm one thing that I've started doing, like I'm not a huge PvPer. Now, if PvP comes to me, I enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna be like bitching and moaning about getting some PvP in. But if you go on Reddit, which I'm just gonna say this, I think Reddit is one of the most just Tim, next time you go to
I'm
Pensacola r
aware
slash
of.
Pensacola. I think Reddit
Well,
is
I haven't
the
been there, but
well, you should go there and look at how people talk, dude. It's like these motherfuckers ain't from here. It's like a concentration of the most just bitchiest, just the dude, just full of Karens, dude. All of Reddit.
actually, you're a piece of crap.
Oh, dude, and it's not just the Pensacola one, but the Pensacola one will let you know, like you've lived around here your whole life. It'll let you know these people aren't from here. I don't know what they got. I don't know if they're stationed at Eglin doing some psyop shit, but they're not from here. And so it makes me look at all of Reddit like it's just a trash ass platform that's been infiltrated by the CIA, or there's something going on. But anyway, but
Like,
on
you know how
Reddit,
Twitter's showing all the sources of the countries? They do that to Reddit, and they're all
yeah,
from Saudi Arabia. Or
yeah. It's just weird. The people are not from there. They're not right. But on the Arc Raiders subreddit, it's just people crying over and over again, like, give us a PvE mode. This isn't fair. Dude, this is what I started doing is I embrace the grief. So I'm not going out. Like I've had the urge to go out and say friendly, and then frag somebody when they turn their
Mhm.
back. because of the reactions you get, dude. Because these people must be destroying their computers, like slinging shit across the room. Because you get on Reddit and start looking at the people complaining, dude. They're having like meltdown. They are accusing people of being fundamentally bad humans because of the way they play the fucking game, dude. And I'm like, yo, I guess there is no escapism anymore. You can't play the game like how. No, you're a bad human if you were to dare.
It's like people saying, if you play Red Dead Redemption 2, you can't play that because you do bad things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you're a bad human if you partake. And it's just like, dude, I don't know. I come from, we've discussed this before, from EVE Online, where griefing is the order of the day. And it's just like seeing these soft ass, and a lot of time, dude, the last time I played EVE Online was 2017. There's a whole new generation of humans that have come into gaming. And to see it's just like, dude, harden the fuck up, dude. Like, you're complaining, like, oh, you got to give us a PvE mode. What I've decided is that instead of like sitting there reading that stuff and raging myself out, I'm going to enjoy the rage. And the next time that I do get into a fight with somebody that may not be, like, say I shoot them in the back while they're looting, I'm going to sit there and try to goad it out of them. You know what I mean? Like, try to get that freak out. Because now I've been just looking through Reddit, reading these people freak out about it. But
it just makes you want to do it more.
Exactly, dude. It's like, y'all don't understand what you're doing. You're feeding into the urge to grief. Like, I'm not a griefer. You make me want to grief, though. Like, you make me want to hunt you down and grief you. The other thing I've been playing is Metal Gear Solid 3. I finally started playing the remake of Delta.
Yo, fellas, real quick, I gotta go get my daughter real quick. So I guess just maybe by the time I get back, I assume you guys will be done, right? So
yeah.
All right,
later.
All right, fellas, see you later.
Be careful. So with the Delta, I was watching a video. There's a guy named Super Bunny Hop, which he's been like 2015, 2014. He's a super heavy duty Metal Gear Kojima fan in general. And he came out with a video that was talking about how good Delta was. And he said it's good on its own. You play it like, in the modern settings with just normal. It's a great remake, or remaster, I guess is technically what it would be. But he went into this whole thing about the way that you should play it is in black and white, like, so monochrome filter with the legacy settings. So the ones that's like top down, the one that everybody bitched about when it first came out. And I know, like, it says really unpopular. I'm glad they included it because I have been playing it in that mode. And I've been doing extreme, not European. I got to unlock European extreme, but I've been doing it in extreme mode. And dude, it does have a vibe. Like, if you play it in black and white, like in color, it's great and it's still got a vibe. But it just feels shadows.
I just would have never thought to do that,
Yeah, the dark shadows and brilliant highlights, the way the shit is shot, like, and it's set from a time where, I think it's set in the 60s, like the late 60s, I think, maybe the 70s.
Yeah, like most color TV existed at that point, but a lot of people had black and white still just because,
so
they're
you're
not buying the latest thing.
It kind of gets you into the mood. The one thing I will say, dude, is the boss fights, especially. I don't know.
Hold on, real quick. I'm surprised they don't have it in the. I forget the color, like the light brown tint.
Yeah.
I don't know what you call that. That would probably be cool. Maybe you can get like a reshade or something. Because that's how I would. If you're gonna do it, do that, because that actually would be pretty accurate to the source.
That would look good too. Yeah.
Anyway,
with the boss fights, so the boss fights are fucking hard, dude. They are hard, and I'm sure like most of it probably comes from it being the legacy camera, because like, so I fought the Fear, and dude, you don't get, so when you're looking in the normal camera, you're top down. You can see like maybe a tree branch like right here if you do it right, maybe another one here. You have to go into first person mode. You have to look. And I remember when Metal Gear Solid Substance came out, one of the complaints was that the modern camera, the redone the third person camera that they introduced kind of broke some of the boss battles. So like with the Fear was specifically mentioned is that if you had the infrared goggles and you had the new mode, it was pretty much you could see him 24/7. He jumped to this one, jumped to that one. You could always see him. Dude, with that Legacy, I had to use the night vision goggles because I could not, and you know, some of
I
it
didn't
is
play in
definitely the
either
extreme
one.
mode.
I played in the new one altogether. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
like
yeah, the
behind
new
the shoulder,
over the shoulder. Yeah,
which is really neat. It's like it basically feels like Metal Gear Solid 5.
yeah, yeah, and that's I'm sure like that's like
And
I'm
that
going to replay.
I changed between them all, and I landed there of like this
Yeah.
feels the most fun and cool. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
dug
So
it.
the whole thing about going with the Legacy one is the cinematics because it basically, you know how back on like Metal Gear Solid 1 they did the little, or maybe it was Metal Gear Solid 2, they showed how Kojima and his team would basically build the levels with like Lego bricks first.
Yep.
And like, okay, we're gonna have the camera here. It was like, you know, Resident Evil or like tank controls of like Silent Hill and stuff. So they would have like, okay, the camera's gonna be fixed here for this shot. Once
Fixed
you get
camera
here,
angles.
yeah,
That's what they called it. Yeah.
yeah, and that's exactly what Legacy is. It's all fixed camera angles. So that's why I'm playing it on that. But I do think if I do the
Sounds
European
interesting.
Extreme mode, which I do plan on playing it through, I will probably do it with the new third person over. Like I'll just do it with in color over the shoulder.
I mean, just so you can also try a different approach too,
Exactly.
might as well, because you're
because I got to play. If I'm going to play it twice,
mix it
I'm
up.
on it. Pick two different ways to experience it. But I will say, it's worth. You know, if you are going to replay it, if you want to replay at a different difficulty,
It sounds fun. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Because I do want to go
Legacy
through
camera.
it again. I will.
Yeah.
The over the shoulder one, I will say nothing felt broken or too easy or anything like that. So know that much.
Yeah, I'll have to, because that's probably what I'm going to do on the next one.
I was worried about that, I guess, was my concern, was like, what if it makes something too easy? Because I keep going back to when they did the Twin Snakes, and that did make things way too easy in so many spots.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, oh, I know. The Ocelot fight in Twin Snakes.
Pointless.
It's basically bow, bow.
Yeah. It's not like that in this behind the shoulder.
It reminds me of that guy who's like, oh no, I can dodge, or Charlie Day in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and Mac is like trying to act like the sword is superior to the gun, and he's just like, bow, bow, bow. He's like, fuck you, man.
It's just that easy.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying that. That's the only other thing I've been playing though is Delta.
Like I put in the chat, Street Fighter 6, I've been on the grind of like trying to move up the ranks and see where I sit and all that. I've been playing last couple of days.
A 16, the one
I am very shocked. I never thought I could do such a thing.
That was impressive.
I'm like, whoa. and then what it was is I was like, well, I can't stop. I gotta keep going. And I'm like out of breath. Like I'm sweating. I'm all red. I'm like worn out. I feel like I ran a marathon. And I just played a fucking video game. And then going to match 17, I felt like my body just like shut down. I lost so bad. And I felt so tired. And I was just, nope, I got to turn this off. But, you know, I had to try. I had to see how high I could climb. Just without losing.
Yeah, that was good. So you ended it before you lost?
No, I lost and ended it.
Okay.
Yeah, because again, what if I would have won? I had to keep going to us.
Yeah, no, dude, when you said that, I was like, damn, 16 wins in a row. even if you're at like coming up.
I started at rookie. I went all the way to like 4 silver.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And it's like,
Are you thinking about getting a stick, or are you going to stick with just the control, like the regular
I
controller?
want to stick. I want to stick. Because I want to stick for Tekken as well. I want a stick that works for both of them.
Yeah. Have you ever
I got to find one that works for multi... I need multi-platform is what I need. So I know Switch is good about using PC accessories. It is. Like, you can use cameras and keyboard and mouse and stuff like that. So I'm assuming I can get, like, a PC fight stick that works with that. But I also have to make it to where Tekken works on PC and console, too. So that's where... Because I just would hate... I don't want 2 fight sticks. Yeah. And I still like Tekken more now. I'm so new into Street Fighter, so I just started. So it's hard for me to really think like which one I like more. It's a little too early to say anything. But I love what I'm playing so far. I mean, I play Yuri, and she's a newer character I think for this game. And I keep trying, so yesterday I just bounced around different characters trying to see if I wanted to play someone else. The only other person where I'm like took quite a liking to is Ryu, so it's either gonna be him or because I tried like E Honda and everything else, and Chun-Li I used to play in previous games, but I don't really like her in 6. So I don't know. Anyway, Yuri seems to be the one, maybe Ryu, so we'll see. But it's I'm impressed now. I mean, Switch 2 is a bit more powerful, but again, it's always so hard to gauge, like, where's it going to sit at? But it looks great. Plays at 120 hertz. You can feel it. It feel like,
that's the main thing. That's the main thing is the frame
rate. And it looks really, really impressive. I was expecting it to look quite bad at playing at that frame rate, but it really doesn't. Even handheld, it can do 120, and it looks great. Looks, I don't know, looks like a PS5 Series X game to me. Like, you stick them next to each other, you know, like, I'm sure you could probably see the difference, but let's see, because it looks really close. Because I played the demo on Xbox, and I can't really notice a difference. Let's do Series X versus Switch 2. I just want to see... There we go. Okay. I'm going to... I'm trying to think of the best way to say... I guess Discord. Just click on it and just like pause on some frames, and it's like... I mean, it literally tells you it's like a little bit of a lower res, but when you're just looking next to each other,
they
don't really look any that much different. It's like, if they do, it's not worth carrying. Anyway. So, anyway, I'm really been in that pocket. And lastly, just I'm playing through Pokemon Omega Ruby. I never actually played the remakes on 3DS. I mean, I did like for like half a second of 3rd gen, and 3rd gen's my favorite Pokemon. And so I just went through the whole thing of like modding my 3DS and all that. And I actually used to own Omega Ruby, but like I sold it. And so I'm just downloading, playing it again, and actually trying to play through it. I'm already further than I've ever been. And I think it still holds up and really great. And I'm like, man, this game is more fun and has more content and more things to do and more interesting things and better pacing, all this mess than anything that's came out on Switch so far by a landslide. And it's like a 3DS game, and like Pokemon really has like fallen off hard. And
compared to
when I play an older and I'm like, and it has more than these newer ones, I don't know, it's a little weird. So anyway, I'm like halfway through. I'm like, I think like 3 or 4 batches in, but I'm always trying to do all the things. Like I'm trying to catch every Pokemon in every new route that I hit. So that keeps me busy. Where it'll take me like an hour or two of me making sure I get everybody I could possibly catch. And in this version, it'll give you a little crown in the corner. That way, you know you can move on to the next area and like alert you that you actually caught everyone in the area. So it's a really easy way of tracking. And I'm trying to go with the objective of actually having every Pokemon possible in this game, and just have that be what I do. And that's actually what I do in Pokemon games in general. Like, if it's a new one, like Sword and Shield or the Violet and Scarlet and all that, I'll make sure I catch every Pokemon that's new. I'm not going to try to fill the whole Pokédex because that's stupid. It's like 700. But any new one for the game, I'll have that be like my goal. So that's just something I do anyway. But anyway, I don't know why other games don't let you chart such things of like, oh, you caught everyone in this area. Well, I have to play a 3DS game to get that ability.
Yeah.
But get into New Game Watch and we'll get out of here. I see you highlighting this and Angeline Era.
Yeah, I
what
just
is
looked
this?
it up. You should check it out. It's definitely got Saturn / Dreamcast. It's just check it out. The graphics look good. It's definitely
Oh.
like more modern, but the
You know what it looks
gameplay
like?
style.
The Evolution on like Dreamcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
It's got 2D or like, side scrolling parts. It's got over the head parts where it's like an action RPG, like Zelda type gameplay.
But yeah,
With
this is like 32-bit era. Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it does look pretty damn cool. I just added it to my wish list. So
I'll play it. It does look very actually Saturn more than anything.
yeah, that's what it made me think of. I was like, dang, dude, this is looking pretty good. Yeah.
Because PS1 like polygons are very different. This actually looks like Sega.
Yeah, exactly. That's what PS1 has, the warp, and there are games that do a really good job of replicating that look, but this is more, leaning towards the Sega side for sure.
Mm-hmm. Remember there was that PS1 horror game?
There's a couple of
Crow.
them.
What
Yeah,
was that? Crow Road?
the other one, like the mouth washing stuff, that
Yeah.
makes
I
me.
haven't played that. I need to play that. It's only a few hours. I need to
Yeah, it's
just play
on
through it.
Steam. It's
Yeah.
on in our library. So yeah.
I think it's only a few bucks, and I think I just bought it, and I haven't gotten around to it. Anyway,
There's several that are like that are good, that have those PS1 style graphics.
but yeah, I want to play this for real.
Yeah, the
how
name,
much
I was
is
like, oh,
this?
and it's only on PC. I was like, this is probably something good.
Let me see. Is there a Steam page? Yeah.
Yep.
4.5.
It definitely feels like a high res Saturn era, because if you
It
look at
really
the character
does.
models,
Especially, oh my gosh, I just started like Panzer Dragoon looking ass characters.
yeah.
Funny. Yeah, dude, I gotta play this. Cool. Well, I'm glad you looked this up.
Yeah, I was like, that name, and I saw it was PC only. I'm like, this is
I'm
gonna be
wish
something.
listing this. There you go. All right. Anyway, Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny. Switch to December 5th. Rhythm Doctor. Xbox Series X and S. PC December 6th. Angeline Error, the game we were just talking about. Steam December 8th. Maybe it's on other PC platforms. I'm sure it is. I don't know. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 hits PlayStation 5 December 8th. Now, here's the thing. This is PSVR 2. And I have a PSVR 2, and I would badly want to play Microsoft Flight Simulator in VR.
Yeah.
So I don't have to get it day one, but I gotta get this and try this out for sure. Skate Story, PlayStation 5, Switch 2, PC, December 8th. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, December 8th. This was on Switch 2, and then they later released on other platforms. A game about digging a hole, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, December 9th. Gotta look that up. Death Howl, PC, December 9th. Dome Keeper, Xbox Series X and S, December 9th. Farming Simulator Signature Edition, Switch 2, December 9th. Kaborg, Switch, December 9th. Loke Digital, Switch, December 9th. Thank Goodness You're Here, Xbox Series X and S, December 9th. Unbeatable, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, December 9th. Little Rocket Lab, Switch 2, December 10th. Montezuma's Revenge, the 40th edition, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, December 10th. Is that everything but PC? I was like, what is this? I gotta see what this is. 40th edition. So
Yeah, 40
years ago.
Yeah.
Game. It's a computer game.
Yep.
And it was also out on the Atari. So, but it was like Apple II game.
Yeah.
Weird.
Is that just a remake?
Is it like a re-release, or is it like?
It is on Steam. At least the original is. So
I found it on Nintendo's site here.
does it look like it's updated? Like
This
one
definitely
on
isn't.
Steam is updated.
Yeah, this is just the. Okay, so they're just selling. Oh, I guess there's an 8-bit version, meaning like a higher bit version of the original game.
The one on
Weird.
Steam, it has a thing like where you can switch between the two, kind of like Halo did,
Oh.
where you can switch between the original and then switch to. It's not 3D, but it's like a more detailed, I don't know, mobile game looking stuff. So,
Mutant Football League 2, all platforms but Switch, December 10th.
hold on.
You used to play this?
What? Wait, what? Okay, so this has been on PC. Mutant Football League has been on PC since 2024.
But what about 2?
It looks like
2.
Blood Bowl.
2 came out in 2024, is what I'm seeing.
Yeah. But you remember Madden or EA used to put out on the Sega Genesis a Mutant Football League.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
But it was basically Madden that was reskinned.
Yeah.
It was a normal football game. This looks more like Blood Bowl, which is
I remember Blood Bowl.
Turn-based. Yeah. And it's really good too, but it was like more turn-based. I'm looking at the
video
here.
This looks a little more on the Madden side, but still having that.
Mm-hmm. Oh man. I wish Madden would come out with something like, or EA. Dude, could you imagine?
Yeah. Just a mode where you can just, like Blitz mode, basically.
Yeah, or like, do a refresh of the original, make a modern, with all the modern Frostbite
have all
shit.
have all the same players, but turn them into mutants. But you can keep the same exact quarterbacks and everything, and they're now just a mutant. And they have like super abilities.
Very positive reviews on Steam, so damn, dude, I don't even know. It's early access.
Very positive.
It's an early access game.
So it's been in early access since 2024 too. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
When does it get out of early access? Cool. Okay, it does say it's the over the top spiritual successor. No, the spiritual successor to the 90s Sega Genesis cult classic.
Hell yeah. I like it, man. I like the look of it. Because, when I was little, we would play the college football games because, all my hick-ass cousins were out. We were hardcore Alabama fans.
I mean, I used to play NCAA all the time. I played weirdly, like, if I was taking it seriously and picking a good team that I actually thought was really, really good, I'd pick the Ohio State. But if I was just like trying to pick like a really random team and trying to build them up, and that's where I'm pouring most of my energy, I picked Hawaii. And then I
the
just
Rainbow
focused
Warriors.
on making
The Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, just
I like
focused
Hawaii.
on trying
Alabama,
to
when
build
we-
them up.
so-
They had like green uniforms.
Yeah. Alabama, there was like 6 or at the time I was young, so it felt like eternity. But from like 1999 to 2006, we were bowl ineligible. We couldn't play a bowl game. So what they did, they scheduled Hawaii as the last game of the year
Huh.
for that reason, so their kids could fly to Hawaii and play in the fucking the Hula Bowl or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Rainbow Warriors, man.
Yeah, they weren't that good, but I mean, they weren't terrible or anything.
They had a little run in like 2007 where they had a pretty good quarterback. I forget his name. But yeah, they're not. I mean, dude, look at the population of Hawaii.
Yeah,
It's
what do you
super
expect?
tiny. Yeah. I mean,
there's no Willing
wonder
and
if somebody
dealing
like Nick
with
Saban
Hawaii.
went out there. I wonder if someone like Nick Saban went out there, if he could turn them into a national powerhouse. Because I think he has probably the recruiting reach to where he could pull kids from. You got to get them from the South. Dude.
You could imagine people being interested in like, oh, you get to go to Hawaii and play.
Hell yeah.
Like,
yeah, I get to live in Hawaii for 4 years. Yeah, like
you would think people would jump on board.
Louisiana's going to do it. Yeah, especially if they know they're going to play for like a guy who knows how to win. That's actually a good idea. Is doing a damn. So okay, I'll just touch on this real quick. NCAA or college football, as they call it now, has not come out on PC yet. So they've had college football 2025. College football 2026. They have yet to release any of those on PC. So they have Madden, but not the college games. They just got purchased by the Saudis or the Saudi consortium or whatever.
Same with EA, by the way. Like in general,
EA, EA. So I'm hoping that these Saudi motherfuckers will say, "Hey, you got this whole market on PC. Why don't you release your hockey game on there? Why don't you release your college football game on there?" There's all kinds of games that EA just doesn't. They just don't release them on the PC platform. So hopefully that changes. But yeah, college football, man. Those are to me they blow away the Madden games just from the depth of all the different colleges you can play as, all the different uniforms.
Well, the just messing around in Dynasty is the real reason of just like, because you could actually build up, which I hope to God they bring back, of like you go all the way through all 4 years, and then you can literally import them into Madden. They literally used to do that.
Yeah, I don't think they do it no more. But they, used to.
Have to bring that back.
Used to, you could do that. Yep, that was an awesome feature.
Anyway. Okay, Pioneers of Paganoa, PC December 11th. Star Trek Infection, Quest 3 PC December 11th. Warhammer 40k, Rogue Trader, Switch 2 December 11th. How's this? What is this?
It's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be good, man. Yeah, look it up because they came out with it on PC a while back.
Rogue Trader.
It's like I think it's a first-person shooter, set in the Warhammer universe.
It's RPG. It's saying, hold on, but that doesn't mean it can't be first-person shooter. Hold on. What's it taking forever to load? Here we go. Overwhelmingly positive. I'm just trying to see screenshots.
Actually, the one I'm looking at here looks like top-down. It is top-down. I guess I'm thinking of Vermintide.
Oh, yeah, it's not Vermintide.
Leon?
Yeah, this is top-down.
Okay. This is like classic PC RPG. This is like, Icewind Dale or something.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing. Anyway.
Yeah, it looks like it's grid-based, but yeah, it is, it's definitely top-down. Actually, it looks pretty damn good. I think it was on Xbox. So I probably talked about this, where Game Pass like reinstated me without my permission. Did I
Oh,
tell you
yep.
Yeah.
They charge
So
another month. Yeah.
I think this is my last day. It might already be over.
Okay.
But yeah. So I think it was on there. Rogue Trader was on Game Pass for a while for PC.
Code Violet, PS5, December 12th. Terminator 2, No Fate. This is supposed to be really good. All platforms, December 12th. Man Eater is hitting iOS and Android. Interesting. That is a fun game. December 15th. That'd be a fun game to play on your phone, I guess. I just don't like playing. Like, you know what it is? The very moment I have to turn the phone to its side, I don't want to do that to play a game. I would actually play a game on my phone if I could keep it portrait.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to get like too into it. I just want to be a little side thing of like maybe messing with it for a second. Open up a pack of cards or playing a card game or something like that. Like, I think Balatro is perfect, but they put Balatro in freaking landscape. It's stupid. Like, all you have to do is mess with the, you don't, like, I understand that takes work, but just mess with the interface to where it's like, you see what you have, and then below it, you see the rest of it instead of having to lay it out. Anyway. The Rogue Prince of Persia. What the heck is this? Switch 2 and Switch December 8th. Because this isn't Prince of Persia, I guess, right? I mean,
yeah, it's a different. Yeah. Is it a roguelike? Prince of Persia?
Well, it is Prince of Persia. But what is this? Yeah, it's roguelike. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's exactly what it is. Which is not a bad idea as long as it's
that just came out in 2020. It's got very positive. Hey, Ubisoft. That's a small victory for them.
There you go. Yep, very positive. Let me see what like one of the first reviews here. Fun roguelike game with beautiful art style, getting a little repetitive after a few hours, but the action and gameplay compensation it for you. Terrible writing, but yeah, we get it. Gets the next one is a downvote. Gets to be such a repetitive chore after a certain point. So I guess people are saying,
yeah, feels repetitive.
Yeah, but good.
They got all the old ones on the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. I remember that there was a time where like those and Assassin's Creed games were like the shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like
the Prince of Persia was Sands of Time. The second one, there was like Warrior Within. There was like 2 something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Well, if you have anything more to add, I don't.
No, the only thing if you use Discord a lot, they have the yearly checkpoint, and it's interesting to see. You know, you go in there, it shows you which games you've played. I think it does a better job because if you play on multiple,
I just don't track my. Oh, well, I'm opening it up right now. Let me see, because I don't think I went in there and like added the games on Discord. So in case it just did it automatically.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to add them, but there are some games that they don't pick up. I know, for sure. But you can link like your Steam profile, your Ubi profile, all the different EA.
I guess my internet is why. Let me check. Because, like, I'm trying to, yeah, my internet's going slow. Weird. I'm going to have to, like, restart this. Alright, I'll look up later, but anyway, that'll do it for this episode. I'll see y'all next time.
Alright,
bye.
Take it easy.